parts. Alright, so we're back. We got a fresh crankshaft I ended up buying off of a coworker of mine and had it taken to the machine shop so they could polish it up. It's 20 thou under. Sprayed it with WD-40. There's a few lines in it, but nothing to where it'll affect it. But it's all cleaned up nice. I've been keeping that in the bag. Sprayed WD-40 over it. It's been about a few days now. Motor still hanging. I ended up going through, put an engine lube on everything, sprayed it with WD-40, keep it from flash rusting. I gotta pull this cover off. There's a little bit of grit in here I'd like to pull out, pull this push rod out for the fuel. So that way, for the fuel pump, so that way I could clean that out, because I never did pull this off, and I should. And then re-gasket it and put a little bit of RTV around it, get the fuel pump in. That's all done. Then I can pull the cam out of the old motor out of the truck. These came in today from Summit Racing. It's nice that I just ordered these like 2 days ago and they're already here, even though they said expected a few days from now. So got new rod bearings, main bearings, 20 thou under, or oversized, 20 thou oversized. Fit that crank perfect. And we'll get these pistons cleaned up, spray them off, put a little bit of oil on them. We're using the Clevite brand assembly lube. Do all that, clean up our main caps, clean up our bolts, go through the oil pump, and then we'll put this on the stand, flip it over so we can put the crank in. Get the crank in, get that all set, and I ended up taking and pulling the heads off, got them down to the car wash, washed a little bit of the old paint off. It's been painted twice now. This needs a little bit more gone through because clearly I don't want that in a freshly put together motor, especially with how clean this came out. So I'm gonna take and probably pull the rockers off. I don't know yet, maybe, and then go through it with a brush. We'll do some Dawn dish soap, so that way it gets, you know, more into that oil caked on there. Got the water pump. I was just painting it last night. Got a little bored, and then along with cleaning those heads, we're gonna use some of this foamy engine degreaser. I like this stuff, the O'Reilly's brand. It seems to really cut it down. Same with the brake parts cleaner. But we'll get those soaking, and then I'll take those to the garden hose, let them sit for a little bit, spray them off, clean them off with a brush, go in there, clean them up pretty good. Those came off good. But yeah, so we're gonna hopefully get the crank in tonight. I got the torque wrench sitting right here. We'll get that set, get that in, get at least this bottom half in, probably put the oil pan on once we get the pump, crank, and we'll set timing if we can get the cam out of the truck tonight, because that's still in the other motor, the 305. We'll get that out, all the lifters, put them all back in the same spot they came out of, and go from there. But for now, I'm gonna probably take those heads, wash them, because those can sit and soak for half hour or so while I'm pulling that cam out, and then we'll get the motor down on the engine stand if I have bolts long enough. I don't remember if I do or not. If not, I'll have to figure something else out. But we'll do that, get this cleaned up, and come back for when that's all done. So we got the crank in, got a bunch of lube on everything. I got these 3 front mains in. They're not torqued yet, but I'm showing you this because on the rear, the bearing has that punch out or whatever that's called. It's offset, whereas I went to put this one in and it sits in the middle there. That is incorrect. This one sits offset a little bit. Probably to clear that and to make sure you put it in only one way. And on the rear 2-piece seal, make sure it's sitting up about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch. Slowly put those on. The main caps still spins just fine, so nothing's catching. Our tolerances are good. Check those. Just let it sit there for now. That's kind of what I'm doing. Pulling one at a time, making sure all the arrows are facing the right direction. And then when I go through and torque them, it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all like that. It'll be half torque value all the way, and then it'll be probably full torque value all the way. So that way everything's even across the board. So, and this thing right now has no drag, but I still got to torque everything. I'm good to go there. So oh baby, those came out pretty good. So I did a little bit of work off camera yesterday, kind of just trying to get this done. I wanted to get the bottom end taken care of. Ended up doing that. We got, let me get some light in here. We got pistons in. A few things I can tell you for that. Make sure you got them going the right way. Make sure they're set correctly on the crank. Check all your torque values. Check all your clearance tolerances. Stuff like that. It's looking pretty good. Ended up going through everything again. Check all your main caps. Put the cam in. Ended up pulling that a few minutes ago. We got all the lifters here. You're gonna go through, oil them up, set them in there. But make sure you put a little bit of lube on everything. This thing is looking really nice. It's going together pretty good. So we're gonna get this put the lifters in, get the cam chain or timing chain back on the cam and crank. Get a few other things done. Hopefully get the heads on today. And but for right now, I'm gonna go fire up the generator, get lights going, shut the door. It might be kind of loud, so it might be a little bit harder to hear me. I'm gonna try to talk with that off when I can, but it is also currently raining. So bear with me. I'm gonna do the best I can on getting that put the rest of the way together, setting timing, stuff like that, putting heads on, torque sequence on those and stuff. So we'll get into it. But yeah, yesterday I didn't have the cam in, so I put do not move because each lifter goes into this certain spots, and I didn't want someone to come in here and move this. So this is good to go. Don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, that and to tip that motor would be pretty bad. So we'll set that aside. Shop's a little bit of a mess. Not gonna worry about it. That cover and gasket is still good for the main seal, front main seal. Painted the pulley yesterday. match the water pump, black cover, that'll look really good. We'll get the oil pan on once we get probably the heads on and valves and rockers set, because I don't want to lose the lifters when I flip this. So we'll do that. Probably get timing chain in, timing cover on, heads on, head gaskets, all that. It'll be very nice. And maybe even intake if we get to it. And then I gotta go through the carb that I got for this. I bought it from some guy on a marketplace run, and just want to go through it, make sure it's all good, make sure everything inside looks clean. If I got a good gasket set, I'm going to get one. It's a Holley 600 double pump. Didn't really want to go with a double pump, being that this is a street build. It's a 350 or 360. It's a smaller motor, doesn't need a double pumper, especially since it's a dual plane intake, like 300 to 350 horse motor. Nothing too crazy, but got the carb for a good deal. Got it sitting aside. If anything, I'd have to rebuild the carb that was on this motor. And yeah, right here. It needs a little bit of work done to it. I need to go through the front bowls and clean them out a little bit. But other than that, we'll get into that in a little bit. For now, let's get all this done. Clean up the shop a little bit, because it is a flat out mess in here. I even have to keep the tools on the tailgate, which I don't mind them getting in the rain. They're tools. I buy quality stuff because I want it to last. I know it'll last. Some of those tools I've had for 5-6 years now, been doing great. They've been out in the rain, snow, slush, mud. Rinse them off, WD-40 them, good to go. So let's get into it. We're gonna get started with putting lifters in and going from there. Perfect. Alright, so we just got back from O'Reilly's. Quite a big expensive run, but this is a good oil. I like it. Ended up getting more brake clean. Gotta have it. And then something with these older motors. Zinc. Gotta have a bunch of it. So, being that this won't be a break-in, but kind of a break-in, it's gonna get a lot of zinc. So this VR1, I wish they had 1030. They don't. They had 2050. So I ended up getting some of that. 5, 6, 7 quarts, and then I still have a quart in there that I was using to kind of throw oil on everything just as an extra, along with the assembly lube. Plus this, it's an 8-quart pan. There's gonna be more than enough quarts or oil in there. And the one thing I like to do with all my motors, I've ran a few other filters, but K&N, big K&N filter for that motor. That'll hold at least half a quart by itself, if not more. But that's going on there. We're getting all this oil, extra brake cleaner, because can't ever have enough. And so, but yeah, I'm probably gonna end this here. It's kind of been dragged out a little bit. I got stuff going on that I gotta attend to.